Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to cover probably my favorite topic, and that topic is hot springs. I'm going to go over 9 hot springs close to Las Vegas, a couple that you hike to, some that you can off-road to, more gnarly dirt roads, a resort style hot spring, and some road trip hot springs. So I hope that you stay tuned. Also, pay attention to the timestamps below, so if you want to, you can skip ahead to the different hot springs that you're interested in.
The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. Ooh, and this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time.
The most common hot spring that I'm going to cover is the Arizona hot springs. This is a hot spring that you hike to, and it's actually on the Arizona side of the Colorado River. It's probably one of the more popular ones. Hey everyone, we are heading to Arizona hot springs today. I made it to the hot spring. America's past, meaning don't graffiti or litter or be a jerk. There's actually trail info in here. I've never seen that. Pack in, pack out. There's no trash cans down here. I'm actually gonna take one of these. That's cool. There's a map. Isn't this hike beautiful? The trailhead just opened, so that's why everybody's out and enjoying themselves. It opened on October 1st. It can still get pretty warm here, but I'm not worried about the hike out. It's been in the high 80s in Las Vegas, so I'll just take my time getting out. Out from over there. When you're coming out, it's easy to get lost by taking the wrong trail out, so make sure that you're paying attention to the cairns and look at the map before you come out here. But we're done with all the weird kind of sketchy rock coming down. There's a little bit of climbing down initially when you get to the hot springs, but from here to there it's smooth sailing. This part of the hike is really awesome. It gets kind of slot canyon-ish, but lots of shade coming down. Just gotta be smart. It is pretty warm today, but I'm not worried. We are almost there. I'm getting pretty excited. It's about 10:30 right now, a little bit later than I wanted to be here. But I'll probably stay an hour. You can get to the Colorado River from here too, from the hot springs, so I haven't decided whether I'm gonna go there yet or not. And we're coming down into the hot springs. I made it into the hot springs. This is one of my favorite places in the world. I made it to the hot springs. So so awesome. The source is about 107. There's like 4 pools and it goes down lower and it cools off with every step. I've been soaking here for about an hour, just meeting with people. If you want to head to the Colorado River, you head down that way. I just stopped and made some emergency. It's pretty warm today. It's like 90 and it's about 1 p.m. so I know that there's not a lot of shade between here and basically my car, so I stopped and got some electrolytes in. It's totally doable. I'm not worn out and I like to prevent things before they happen, prevent dehydration. So that's just a tip. Wow, the next hot spring, the Gold Strike Hot Springs, this was actually my first YouTube video and I'm pulling the clips from that. So please excuse the shakiness. I tried to make the clip a little short so that you wouldn't have to deal with as much of that. The Tecopa Hot Springs are in California and they lie just along the border of Death Valley and Nevada. So the Tecopa Hot Springs are ones that you would drive to. There are some resorts there that you can stay at, however, in this video of the natural hot springs. From Tecopa. We are here at the Tecopa Hot Springs. They're located in Tecopa, California. I can't really film a lot of the hot springs because there's nudity there. So, taking these gorgeous views. I will update you more about the springs. No. The Caliente Hot Springs Resort Motel is in Caliente, Nevada, about a 3-hour drive from Las Vegas. I stayed there last year for my birthday and I truly enjoyed it. It was about $107 a night for the room, and that included access to a cement tub and the natural hot spring water. We took a little getaway outside of Las Vegas and we came to the Caliente Hot Springs Motel in Caliente. Room 16. Nice little patio area. Kitchen. Bed. Little bathroom. This is a hot spring. And go down in this tub. It's only a 3-hour drive from Las Vegas to this hot spring resort, and it's definitely the perfect getaway. They did have a pool, but it's closed now. These Spencer Hot Springs are north of Tonopah, just before Austin, Nevada. You will take a beautiful drive up through Tonopah and take that drive through the Great Smoky Valley, and then you will take a dirt washboard road to the Spencer Hot Springs. I had such an incredible time there at the Spencer Hot Springs. I made it to the Spencer Hot Springs. I'm at one of the lower pools. The one that I showed up to first looked very uninviting. The people there were unwelcoming. They actually told me that there were no other hot springs here, which I already knew that there were at least 3 or 4. So I went up to the top of that hill and decided to get a peek of the area. So here we are down here, and we're just gonna soak. I'm gonna make dinner, and I will let you know how it is. Alkali Hot Springs are near Goldfield, Nevada. I actually really love this hot spring. There's only room for about 2 people, and it was just such an incredible time for me. I visited this hot spring on my way back from Spencer Hot. Hey everyone, I am heading out to a ghost town called Alkali. It's just off of the 95. Hello everyone, this is Alkali, one building considered a ghost town. Valley Hot Springs are still to this day my favorite hot springs. They are located inside Death Valley National Park. It is quite a trek to get there. You have to drive about 3.5 hours to the dirt road, and then from there you will drive 50 plus miles on a dirt road that is technical sometimes, and sometimes you can only get through with a high clearance vehicle that has great four-wheel drive and great tires. So you must do your research before you visit Saline Valley. However, the trek is what makes it beautiful to me. I am taking you on this journey today to one of my favorite places in the world. These hot springs, I have been to them over a dozen times, and it is still one of my favorite places. One cold spring, and it fills up every day, and it takes all day to fill up, and then there's actually a system where they drain the water, and it drains down into this area down here, and it waters the grass beyond those trees right there. Now I want to tell you about the hot spring guide that I created last year. I created it was my first guide, and it was a hot spring guide. The hot spring guide will give you all the rules that you should know before you visit the hot springs, what to expect, and what to pack for the hot springs. If you're interested in that guide, head over to recreationoutsidelasvegas.com. There's a link in the description below, and then click on the guides button, and there will be Hot Springs 101 in those guides. It is perfect, and I hope that you give that a look. Keep up with the upkeep. Don't leave your trash. Be respectful of the area, and this will help prevent the future fees from the National Park Service. Most of the people that come here are very respectful because it is quite the trek to come out here. Usually, if you work hard to get somewhere, you respect the place. However, there were people that had children here, and the children were unsupervised, and they were swimming in the goldfish pond and just disturbing the wildlife. And I even mentioned something, but they obviously don't care because their parents weren't keeping an eye on them. I visited Fishlake Valley Hot Springs in the beginning of March 2020, and I had absolutely no idea what I was in store for. I knew that it was more of a cement tub that was kind of like a pool style. I showed up in the middle of the night, had no idea where the hot springs were, waited until the morning. I got up in the morning and I did a nice soak. It was such an incredible view of the White Mountains, and I absolutely loved Fishlake Valley Hot Springs. I will definitely be back. There's a llama. They're like the chicken of the water.
It's water chickens. Oops. Yeah, they're pretty funny. They start getting in. If you're just sitting here by yourself, they'll walk right up to you.
The last hot springs that I'm going to talk about are the Mammoth Lake Hot Springs. They are just outside of Mammoth. There are several different names for these hot springs. You can search Little Hot Creek or the Crab Cooker. These are just outside of the Mammoth Airport. You will take the US Highway 395 north, and then you will cut off by the Green Church and then take that road down. And there's actually various hot springs that you can soak in. The one that I soaked in, it had about 40 people inside when I showed up, so it can get a little crowded, so make sure that you plan your trip appropriately. Got lots of cars down there, but the scenery is gorgeous. Anyways, I've got a time lapse going on my iPhone. Just watching the sun go down, my favorite part, other than sunrise. But isn't this just incredible? It's about 5 a.m. and I have this place to myself. You can't really see me, but it is about 20 degrees outside. It's really cold, but I'm gonna get in the hot spring, which is like 106 this morning, and warm up. This is awesome. I have this entire place to myself. Look at that. That's my view. Water's nice and warm. And it was so cold last night, but I stayed warm, and now I'm just working on getting my body temperature back up. I'm going to pack up in a little bit once the sun rises and head out.
Take me on a treasure hunt. I long for something new. Have you heard the fairies when they sing and dance? Oh, I wish it was me every night. When I close my eyes, I see
I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you got any value from it, please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And leave a comment below if you've ever been to any of these hot springs and what you thought of the trip. Or leave a comment below of which hot springs you plan to visit once you were able to get out and about. Alrighty, I will see you in the next video.